An army requests BTS illegal army brings you the gentle mafia Jimin FF. In a meeting room, the atmosphere grew heavy as the patrons hushed their conversations and a palpable tension filled the air. The door swung open with a creak, revealing the renowned Mafia King Park Jimin. Dressed in a branded black suit that clung to his powerful frame, he exuded an aura of danger. Jimin's entrance alone spoke volumes about his cruelty. He stepped into the room with a predatory grace, his cold eyes scanning the room, taking in every detail. His lips curled into a chilling smirk, revealing the ruthless nature that had earned him his fearsome reputation. Without a word, he approached a man who had failed to meet his expectations. With a single glance, he sent a shiver down the man's spine. "You disappoint me," Jimin hissed, his voice dripping with bitterness. "And you know what happens to those who disappoint me?" Without giving a chance to him, he just pulled out his gun and shot right on his head, creating a hole. The room fell into an eerie silence as Jimin's cruel intent hung in the air, a stark reminder of the power he held over the criminal underworld, passing a glare to everyone as a reminder. Don't disappoint the Mafia King. His reputation for ruthlessness was well deserved, and anyone who dared to cross him would soon discover the true extent of his cruelty. This cruel man was standing on an aisle waiting for his soon-to-be wife to enter. No one knows that the smile plastered on his face is because of the crime he did just a moment ago. Mrs. Park, his mom, chooses the most innocent and beautiful girl for him who dares to melt his cruelty. His mom's friend's daughter, Lee Mayan. You are walking on the aisle holding a bouquet in your hand. You never look up to meet your soon-to-be husband's gaze. The arranged marriage you won't deny. Because you degraded your parents once by choosing the wrong man in your life, now you won't go against their will. Do you accept Park Jimin as your lawful husband? I do. Do you accept Lee Mayan as your lawful wife? I do. Time skips. While you are welcoming guests and showing gratitude, Jimin is lost looking at you. Jimin point of view. I had never seen a girl this beautiful. She had such a low volume ecstasy on her smile. Big doughy eyes of her making me feel something wild in my blood. How can she have such beautiful eyes and glossy lips? He remembered his own word. People say that the most beautiful feature of her is her doughy eyes, but for me, her smile is most beautiful. He can't deny that your most beautiful feature is your big doughy eyes, but I fail to configure your beautiful features for me. You are perfect, Mrs. Park. He speaks those words in his mind with a little smirk on his lips. You turn towards him as you continuously feel his eyes on you. Jimin's smirk makes you feel uneasy under his gaze. You were about to say something when Mrs. Park walked towards Jimin, interrupting his son's wild rush on his blood vessels. Don't show your cruelty to my daughter, as I promised her mom to take good care of her. Smile. She patted your head and left. Time skips in room. Jimin removed his coat and threw it towards the couch. He quickly unbuttoned his two top buttons and started folding his sleeves up. You are lost looking at a room. You turn around, and when you look at him and his condition, you frown. Did he seriously throw his coat like that? Before you even speak, he pulls you closer by making a tight grip on your waist. His grip was so tight, making you hiss a little. What? This is an arranged marriage, so I don't love you and never hope that I will fall for you. Your eyes widen as you assume something strange going to happen, as he is the mafia, but not him, making it very clear that he not even trying to make this relationship work. And don't you dare to think that you are allowed to do whatever you want. Be careful and stay within your limits. You are Park Jimin's wife now. You are mine. You only belongs to me. Smack. He held your wrist harshly, making you hiss in pain again. Before he could utter more words, he lost in you as you tightly shut your eyes. Your reaction and your eyes make him loosen his grip around your wrist. The first time he feels something, you do things to him in a way that no one could ever do. Next morning, he is getting ready but is struggling to get the tie done. You open your eyes not fully and sit up. You rub your eyes and look at him as he is trying to tie a knot. Wear it first, then try to tie it. Stop staring at me coldly. You look away but end up giggling. You get up and strode towards him. May I? You take the tie from his hand and snake it to his neck and tie it. After tying, you set his collar, and while doing this, all your long nails and fingers brush to his bare skin, making him again feel the wildness in his blood vessels. Jimin hold your wrist again, making you hiss in pain again. You hold it too tight, Jimin. In anger, he pulls you closer, making your small and delicate figure bump into his hard chest. Don't call me by my name. Then what should I call you? You hiss again, making him loosen his grip, and he left in a hurry. You scoff. Time skips. You are walking in the garden while thinking about your life. You are unaware of the things that are happening in your life. But you think by giving a chance to this relationship, you can be a good wife. Rest depend on your husband. You are in your thoughts when a car stops and you instantly realize that it's your dearest, cruelest and most dominating husband. You are about to walk towards him when a guard walks to him and tells him something in his ear. Bring that man right now. The guards sign other guards and they bring a man who is almost struggling to release. Not once but twice I told you not to try to oversmart me. Jimin took out his gun and you gasp. On hearing your gasp, Jimin turns around and looks at you. What the hell are you doing here? He shouts and calls his mom. Take her inside with you, mom. And Jimin, why do you have to do this all here? Just do this stuff in warehouses, not in your home? Glares. Ish. But that man takes the advantage of all this drama. He hit two guards, making them release him, and quickly pulls you by your arm and points a strong knife on your neck. You start sweating because you are facing these things first time in your life. Click his tongue. Wrong move. Without even a tense look on his face, he aims his gun at his forehead and shoots. As soon as the gunshot hit, Mrs. Park gasped and your eyes widened, body trembling at the sight in front of you. You are about to land on the ground as this scene makes you lose consciousness, but Jimin holds you and picks you up in a bridal style. Are you for real, Jimin? Scoff. But he didn't pay attention to his mom as his focus was on you. He makes you lay on the bed and covers you with comfort. He caresses your cheek. Why do I become soft for you? The first time my hands trembled and my heart raced before shooting someone. You are doing things to me that I never felt. His phone starts ringing and he picks up. Hyung chuckles. I miss this, Hyung. But why do you sound so confused today? Jimin walked towards the balcony. My heart is beating faster for the very first time. She is not doing anything but still she is making me feel the wild rush. Is this love? Smilingly. Don't know, I am confused. Let your heart open for her to enter inside. If she is worth it, then she built the whole magic shop for you. Next day, Jimin enters the mansion and he wanders around to have a look at his beautiful wife, but you are nowhere to be seen. She is not here. I sent her to her parents' house. Jimin eyes widen. Why? Who allowed her to leave this place? Did she ask? She is still not feeling good because of that incident. So I let her go so she will feel better. Go and bring her. I am not the driver. Ask someone else to bring her back. She didn't ask me before visiting her parents. Time skips. While cursing, he pulls the brake as his mom won't spare him and keeps on blabbering until he leaves. But his eyes turn soft as his eyes meet your figure playing with a lot of kids in your garden. The smile on your face makes him smile too. Your giggle makes him want to be the reason for your laugh. He walked out of the car and strode towards you. You stopped when you noticed him. You here? I am here to pick you. Is he your husband? You nodded smilingly. He is handsome, exclaimed. Jimin smiled and you too. The first time you see him smiling, you were lost and he started playing with the kids too as they kept on asking him to play with them. You were so lost looking at him. This person is different. How can he become so soft for the children? He is soft from the inside. Try to give this relationship a chance. Make him yours. You smile but it drops as your mom continues. Unlike your first choice, that rude and arrogant boyfriend of yours. Stop taunting me, mom, frustratedly. You left. Time skips in the car. Seems like you love children. Yes, I do. Smile. Smile. Thank you. Next time, don't you dare to leave the house without my permission. Coldly. You look at him. I am sorry, I should have asked you. You look down but he sighs. Your soft doughy eyes make him melt. At least tell me before leaving. He holds your hand but the grip is stronger. Why do you hold on to things too hard? Delicate is not a word for me. And about holding on too tight is because I don't want the particular thing to go. You smile thinking that maybe he wants you to never leave his side. Don't worry, I won't. Until and unless you throw me out of your life, smile. I won't. Until and unless you betray me, I won't because I am not disloyal. The conversation brings a good change in your life. You know that Mrs. Park expects you to change him, and now you find out what he exactly wants. Just a beautiful, caring, and a loving wife. Next day, he wakes up finding you nowhere in the room. He gets up and moves towards the wardrobe area, only to realize that you have prepared everything from his suit to his cufflinks. Even the smallest item, and an unknown smile appears on his face. He is struggling to get a tie done when you enter and take the tie from his hand. "Let me do it for you, Mr. Husband." He smiles on hearing husband from you. He pulls you closer by your waist, earning a gasp from you. "Husband sounds better, but you can call me Jimin." Smile. "So my husband Jimin, breakfast is ready." Time skips. You are waiting for him at the dining table preparing everything, but guess he is late. An hour passed by but he didn't show up. But then you hear a horn indicating Jimin to be entering the mansion. You run to the door and he enters. He is frustrated, but by seeing your smiley face and big doughy eyes, his frustration runs away, making his body light up. You help him remove his coat and pass it to the maid. "Keep this in the room." Jimin was about to walk upstairs, but "Jimin, I prepared dinner for you." "Mine, I am tired, but don't think of me, and you already have your meal, so no, I won't." "Why?" "Ish, let me freshen up, then have dinner together." "Stop cooking every meal, you are not a maid." "Don't you like it?" "No, it is tasty." You smile. He pulls your chair closer to his and turns towards you. Being a good wife won't require these qualities, but it will catch the attention, and if this is all for the husband, then it won't count in the maid qualities. He lost in you. You sign him to eat, but he won't. He just wants you to sit beside him like that, and he can adore you. Next day, Jimin comes home in the afternoon. "You are here at this hour? Why can't I?" Eyebrow raised. You shook your head. "Anyways, lunch is ready, right?" "Huh?" Shock. "You cooked?" "Nay. Go freshen up. I will ask the maid to get the table ready." At table, Mrs. Park was so happy seeing his son. The first time he comes home is in the afternoon, leaving his work. The reason can't be determined as it is you or your food, but she is happy although. He started working from his home office, but he couldn't able to do a single work. Sir, sir. Jimin looked at him with anger in his eyes. "Sorry to disturb, sir, but you have a meeting?" "Cancel. I am busy." Every man looked at each other, then shrugged and left. Jimin is busy with you and your thoughts, but suddenly his phone starts ringing. On call. "Hey Jimin." "Hyung, please come back, this time with no excuses. I want you to meet her." "Has she become special to you?" "I think this is love, Hyung. She makes me feel electric and wild." Smile. Chuckles. "I am returning to Seoul in just 2 days. Time skips. You all are having dinner when the silence is broken by Jimin. "Mom, I talked to Hyung. He said he is coming back. He will be in Seoul in a day or more." You frown. "Hyung?" "My elder son, Jin." Suddenly the grip on your utensils loses, making them collide with the plate with the echo. "Are you okay?" Concerned. "Sorry, by mistake." Your mind starts thinking of possible outcomes. "No, that could be Ish Anya. Maybe it's not the same Jin I know." In mind. Time skips. While you are wandering here and there, Jimin remains busy on his laptop, seated on the bed, but suddenly he shuts the flap. "Mayan." He calls you, but you aren't answering him. "Mayan." Are you perhaps talking to me?" You are lost in your thoughts. "What are you thinking about?" Nothing." "Come here." You walk towards him and he signs you to sit beside him on the bed. You frown but take a seat eventually. "Do you want something?" "No, not at all." "It's okay if you want something from me." Smile. You shook your head and were about to get up when he again pulled you, making you sit on his lap this time. You gasp. "You cook well. In return, if you ask something, it will surely make me happy." Smile. Can we go for a walk?" You ask while looking down. "Phone at this hour?" You note cutely. Okay." Time skips. You two are walking alongside but maintain a good gap between each other. Jimin's car also follows behind but at a great distance, so they won't invade your privacy. You know I love to roam around like this on empty roads late at night, but Appa never allowed me to do so because it's dangerous for a girl to walk alone. Now I have you. You are a mafia, so you protect me for sure. Smile. Jimin was shocked hearing that you trust him. You trust him with your life. Any other would ask for anything, some diamonds or shopping, but you asked just for a walk. Just that. Do you want something else? There is an ice cream shop ahead, just 5 minutes walk. Can you buy me one? Puppy eyes. Chuckles. Sure. Anything else? Okay, then buy me two. Smile. He smiles seeing your smile first time. His heart jumps because of the happiness he feels when your lips curve into a beautiful smile, and the reason is him. Anything else? Shock. Buy me 5 then. And brownie and cookies too? Jimin chuckle. You both enter the ice cream shop. Buy whatever you want. Smile. You are busy buying the ice cream, cookies and chocolates while Jimin is lost looking at you with a smile. A smile that never drops from his face since you entered in his life. Time skips. You two are heading back home when he holds your hand and intertwines it. You look at your hand and then at him. I hope it won't hurt as I try to keep my grip lighter. Smile. What if I say it hurts then? Jimin quickly let go of your hand. You frown and hold his hand, intertwining it with yours again. Always keep a tight hold on me so I won't run away. Smile. I won't let you. A drunk man was walking on the same street and got bumped into you. Jimin anger rises. He quickly pushed the man, making him stumble back. Jimin, calm down. He made his grip stronger, making you hiss again. Your dad was so right. The girl shouldn't walk alone. Men nowadays go crazy. Are you calling yourself crazy because you are a man too? Jimin frowns and looks at you like he is not in a mood for jokes. Okay, so tell me, if you own a park, what should it be named as? Are you for real? Don't get angry, okay? I don't want to hear the answer. The park should be named as Park Jimin. His eyes showed anger, but when he hears your laughter, his heart melts and his eyes soften. He smiles. Next day, late at night, you are gazing at the night sky when you feel arms wrap around your waist. Jimin back hugs you. A smile covers your face. You changed me, Mrs. Park. I don't want to, but I did. He makes you face him. I love you. Smile. Your eyes widen. Are you just going to stare at me or answer me? You smile shyly and look down. I love Jinja. You make me fall for yourself and can't even say I love you too. I will shy. Just give me some time. Just when things were falling into place, the emotions from her past that she had forgotten to set aside arrived in Seoul to haunt her. No one knows what the future will bring for her. Later the same day, Jimin enters along with Jin. Mom, look who is here finally. The excitement in his voice was enough to tell her mom who was there. Jin, my son, happily. She runs and embraces her son. You still haven't told me why you left Seoul and me. I am happy that you finally returned. Well, Jimin keeps asking me to come back and meet his wife. Chuckle. So my brother, where she is? Jim? You and Jin's eyes widen on seeing each other. Park Wine, my wife, happily. He stretches his hand and as you walk closer, he pulls you closer by your waist. Tears welled up in your eyes, but you hide it. Anyong, Bo. She is the one I choose for my son. You remember my high school friend? We met each other a year ago. Jin didn't utter a word as his heart was screaming from inside, but he couldn't let out a word. I asked the maid to prepare the table for dinner. You run to the kitchen and tears flow down from your eyes like a river. Seokjina, I love you. You run into his arms as he picks you up and twirls you around. Every memory of him makes your heart ache, but you heard footsteps, so you wipe your tears. Time skips at the dining table. Instead of surprise, you should have told me, Jin, so I cooked something special for you. It's okay, Mom. The dishes seem delicious as always. Of course, my wife made it all. He intertwined your other hand with his and smiled. Jin's eyes welled up in tears on remembering how you always cook for him and he cooks for you. He loves to eat whatever you cook for him, even though the dish he never loves to eat. Time skips. You and Jimin are walking together in a garden. You never told me about your brother and Jinshi is Kim, right? Curious. I am adopted one. I was 15 years old when Jin Hyung brought me here to this place as I am an orphanage and his best friend in his school. You won't believe. He used to bully me, but one day when he knew that I lost my parents, he brought me with him. Mom and dad also accepted me and raised me well. Jin wants to focus on his studies, so I take over the family business. He is such a pure soul. Indeed. Whisper. Jimin is about to ask you, but his phone starts ringing. He excuses himself and walks far away from you. You were shocked at how could it be possible to be Jin's girlfriend. You never knew that his younger brother was Jimin. He never mentioned his name. You were busy in your thoughts when. Are you happy? You turn around. Jin, I never thought that you get married and wouldn't wait for me. Shock. Did you ever speak to me after that incident? Did you ask me to wait? Scoff. Jin pins you on the tree, making you gasp. Jen, are you crazy? Leave me, I am not yours. You lose me by your rude attitude towards my parents? Tears start streaming down your eyes. You know that I never cheated on you. Your dad won't let me talk to you, so you have to talk to me. Admit it, Jen, you ruined the relationship. Jen attached his forehead with you. We could be together if you waited for me, if you trusted me. It hurts seeing you with someone else, and that someone is my brother. He speaks all this with the urge to cry. He is in the pain that no one could ever understand. Don't blame me for getting married. The day you misbehave with my parents, they start hating me. I want to listen to them when they ask me to get married. Where were you? Why don't you show up before? You pushed Jin. Now stay away. Be within your limits, Jin. We were in a relationship, but now I am a wife of your brother. You two hear footsteps and turn your faces to face Jimin, who is walking towards you both. Hyung, you were so right, Jimin. She is beautiful. Jimin smiled, not understanding the word, and the pain of Jin's heart fell. I am going to my room. Please excuse. You left with a heavy heart. I told you, Hyung. Raised his eyebrows. Jin nods. You enter the restroom and start sobbing. You are worldwide handsome, my Jin. Vaiana, you are my worldwide beautiful woman. You smile at his compliments. You cry even harder. Why your past has to strike you in a way that you could never imagine. You were again on the balcony when Jimin hugged you. What are you thinking again, Jimin? What if you came to know that I have a dark past? Stop thinking about the past in your present. You should be thinking of me or our future. You are in such a good mood. Smile. He picks you up in a bridal style and lays you down on the bed. I am in a very good mood. Next day. Mayan, Jimin asked me to tell you that he wants to drink coffee. Could you please make a coffee for him and Jin? They are in Jimin's office room. You nod. While making coffee, some best moments start haunting you. You love coffee, but not before until Jin makes you drink it. You still remember he made it for you, so you won't decline and taste it. A small smile with water welling up in your eyes appears. You shrug the thought and leave the kitchen with a coffee cup in your hands. You enter inside and put the coffee on the table. Smile. Thank you, Mrs. Park. My name is Ryan, Mr. Husband. You do smile when you pass a mug to him, but he pulls you again in his lap. Jimin, shock. I love you. Smile. One is for you and the other one is for Jinshi. Call him Oppa. I love it if you address my Hyung like this. Your eyes widen. Flashback. Call me Oppa Jagi? No. Yeah. Then cook for me, Jin Oppa. Your wish, my command. Anything else, my queen? You two chuckle. Present time. Mayan. Huh? Oh, I'm sure I will. Smile. You never know, the same word that has two different meanings can also haunt you now. Jin was outside the door, hearing everything. Let go of my wrist. I love you too, baby. Jimin, he cutely nods and you chuckle. Okay, I love. But a vast break sound was heard as soon as you and Jimin walked to the door. Hyung, are you okay? Yes, I am fine. I just bumped into it. Mayan asked the maid to clean the mess and go get ready. We are going for dinner tonight. You nod and leave, but before passing by, you suspiciously glance at Jin. Did he purposefully do that to stop you from saying I love you? Time skips in the restaurant. You and Jimin are not alone. Mrs. Park and Jin join too as this is a family dinner. You are looking beautiful. Jin's blood boils. This is the third time you have complimented me. Stop it. You are my wife. I don't want anyone's permission. You walk ahead with Mrs. Park as he teasing you too much. Jimin chuckle. You are lucky, sadly. I know, right, Hyung? Smile wholeheartedly. Time skips. You are busy looking at the menu and confusion is written all over your face. What happened, daughter? I never visited here before, so don't know what to order. Smile. Try young pa kimchi, onion kimchi. Jim, she is allergic to onion. Try bulgogi. You and Jin look at each other shockingly. How would you know that she is allergic to onion? Curious. I overheard her telling this to the maid in the morning. Cursed himself. Jimin nods and you sigh. You all are having dinner together when your phone starts ringing. Who is? My mom. Please excuse me. You walk to the distance on call. How are you, mom? I am fine. Just want to talk to you. You aren't busy, right? Smile. We are here for dinner. A small family dinner. Then for sure I disturbed. Go and give your time to your husband and family. Don't worry, mom, I am giving my fullest. Jimin is too good. I know you are disappointed as I always taunt you, but remember one thing, Mayan. You found the right man at the wrong time before, but this time you found the right one at the right time. You look at Jimin with a smile. His eyes never forget to look for you. In a few more minutes, you cut the call in a store towards the table, but a waiter spills the drink on your dress. You look at Jimin and sigh. As if he sees him, he might kill him. You quickly went to the restroom and started cleaning your dress when you heard a loud sound. You turn towards the door and see the same waiter who spills the drink on your dress lock the door. Yeah, what are you doing? This is ladies' rest. The waiter starts taking a step closer to you. Stay away. Don't come closer. You don't know who my husband is. You find something to hit him, but as you turn around to look, he holds you by your waist and pins you to the wall. You are trying to free yourself, but he pins your hand. Meanwhile, where is Mayan? Jimin turns his face, but you are not present there where you were before. Where did she go? Concerned. Maybe she went to restroom. Let's look for her, Hyung. Before Mrs. Park could even say, both of his sons got up from their seat and started looking for you. Stop it, leave me, let me go. Sob. You try to shout, but he covers your mouth and doesn't let you scream. Excuse me, did you perhaps see a girl in a white dress? Oh, that pretty girl got a drink mark on her dress, so she went to wash it. Jimin was quick enough to run towards the aisle. You knee him and run towards the door, banging the door. Someone help, please, Jimin. Jim, he hit your head on the door. Jimin tried to open the door, but it was locked. Mayan, are you inside? He asks while banging on the door. Mrs. Park also enters. Meanwhile, you from inside, due to the impact, your senses stop working. He pushes you and hovers above you. Jim, he again shut you by covering your mouth. She's inside. She calls me, but I didn't hear anything. I guess you two are overreacting. Move. Jin slightly pushes Jimin and starts banging the door with his shoulder to break it. Jimin did the same and the doors break, revealing you on the floor with blood oozing out of your head. Jin was quick enough to take action as he kicked the guy who was hovering above you, making him roll over to the next corner of the room. Jimin picks him up by holding his collar, and his next action makes everyone shocked as he mercilessly holds his hair and bangs his head on the mirror. Mrs. Park hugs you to calm you down. The man lands on the ground, earning a kick from Jin. Jimin, please stop. Everyone was gathered outside the door. Stop, please. They both instantly stop and Jimin makes a call. Soon two of the guards enter and don't let him die. Lock him inside the basement. He has to suffer as he dares to touch Park Jimin's wife. The anger inside him makes the shiver run down the spine of every soul who is present there. Later at home in room. You hurt yourself, let me bring the first aid for you. Before he could even speak, you ran into the kitchen and take out the first aid box. While walking upstairs, you remember that Jin's knuckles are also bleeding. You went toward his room. You knock, but no one answers, so you walk inside. He is nowhere to be seen, but you hear a shower voice from the restroom. Maybe he is taking a shower. You keep the cotton antiseptic and bandage on the table and left. Jin walks out in the bathrobe. He can sense that someone has entered his room, but he wonders, and then his eyes are laid on a bandage and antiseptic on the table. He first aid himself. Why? If you won't be Jimin's wife, I could easily make you mine. The anger in his eyes is showing the craziness for you. He is crazily in love with you. Meanwhile, you first aid Jimin. If your men are there, then what's the need of you beating? Jimin keeps his finger on your lips and takes the box from your hand. He takes the antiseptic and the cotton and starts rubbing the cotton on your wound. These wounds are my reward because I fight for you, and your wounds are like a curse to me. They keep reminding me that I failed to protect you. This time you keep your finger on his lips. You came on time, or I don't want to imagine what could happen. Nothing could have ever happened to you, as I am there to protect you always. Just trust me. I love you. He gets up and is about to walk away when you remember your mom's word. He is the right person at the right time. You hold his hand and stop him. I love you too, Jimin. Smile. Jimin leans and gives you a forehead kiss. You never know that you feel this happy. You should forget your past and focus on your future. Your future is him. Next day, Jimin just left for the office and you enter your room. When your phone starts ringing, you are about to walk towards the phone when Jin, he enters your room. Mayan, I want to talk to you. Are you crazy? I told you to behave now. I am your brother's wife. He pins you to the wall harshly. Leave all this drama, Mayan. Jimin told me that you never say I love you too to him. You push him. I did. Don't lie. Stop it, Jin. Angrily. I trusted you. Even though my friend texted me a picture of you being with another girl, I never think that you cheated on me. I was ready to hear your explanation, but what you did, you ruined everything. You know your parents never like me. I tried to ask your dad politely, but he refuses. I never think of cheating on you, or it would be me, not you who is already married. I told you that my parents forced me to marry Jimin. I am here to say sorry, and I loved you and forever will. It's of no use now, Jin. Tears start streaming down your both eyes. I know. I am leaving again, Mayan, so I won't disturb you, but let me hear your I love you first. Please. You shook your head while crying. Jin attached your forehead with his. Please, begging. Jin, you and he froze as the door opened, revealing Jimin. Jim, Hyung, please leave. I want to talk to my wife. Please, Hyung. Jin left. What's all of this, huh, Jimin? Don't you dare to lie. I already heard everything. So, Jimin, please listen to me first. I never asked for anything in return. I just want your loyalty. Shock, you are judging my character, Jimin. So what would I do then? Angrily, Jin was my ex-boyfriend, my first love, whom I never forget. You look down as he stumbles. Jimin feels a strong heartache as reality hit him hard. I want you to come with me for my overseas meeting so we can have our time together. But Jim, he raises his hand to stop you. Now I am leaving alone. Try to maintain a good distance with my brother as you are still my wife. Jimin, I never did something that makes you feel this low about me. I told you to stay in your limits as you belong to me. I didn't do anything. Jimin holds you by your arm, harshly making you hiss in pain. But this time he won't loosen his grip. You make me fall for yourself while still being captured in love with someone else, gritting his teeth. I fall for you too. Don't lie. You flinch. Tears are continuously flowing from your eyes. He punched the wall in anger, making you gasp. Jimin holds your arm and starts dragging you. Yeah, Jimin, where are you taking me? Leave me, it's hurting. You cry harder. Jimin makes you sit inside the car and drive crazily. Jimin, please stop the car. What are you doing? He pulls the brake in front of your parents' house. Your parents are already outside sipping on the tea, gets up in shock. Jimin drags you out of the car and pushes you, making you land on the ground harshly. Your mom rushes towards you. Jim sobs. Keep your daughter with you. Angrily, he was about to leave, but you held his hand. I am sorry. You changed me, or otherwise I will kill you. Be grateful. He yanked his hand from your grip and left. Jimin, Jim sobs. Time skips. Jimin continuously hit his hand on the steering wheel in anger. He screams and tears start streaming down his eyes. He was cursing himself that he freaking changed himself for a woman he loved. With all his heart, no one dares to scratch him, but you break him and destroy him completely. Meanwhile, what happened? Suddenly you said you were happy. If something is not okay in your life, why don't you tell us? Mayan, please tell me, I am your mom. She starts crying and your dad holds her. He came back. He is the elder brother of Jimin. Who? Jin. You told your mom and dad about everything, but your mom's next action made everyone shocked. She slapped you. He was so right to be grateful that he wouldn't kill you. I gave my all and tried to be loyal in this relationship. Please stop blaming me. You are my mom. Jin was not a wrong choice. Every girl has a boyfriend. So if I did that, then what's wrong with it? I was not in an affair with him. Jimin won't even give me a chance to explain. Your mom was about to slap you again, but your dad holds her. Ask her to leave or else I will kill her. She pushes you, but someone else holds you. You look up and are shocked to see Jin. He wipes your tears. What are you doing here? You already caused enough damage to my daughter. Please not again. Before scolding me, at least just listen to me. Ryan and I were together. If you give me a chance, after misbehaving with me, you think I give you my daughter? You know it better, Mr. Lee, that you provoked me that day. Jin, what's the use of you being here now? Why just leave, Jin? I am here to say sorry. Sobs. Your sorry won't bring anything back. You turn around, looks down. I never want you to turn back on me. I know it's my mistake before too, and even now. He left while having tears. You never know what the destiny planned for you. Happiness is written in your book or not. 5 years later, a 4-year-old kid was running on the street while holding this ice cream cup in his hand. Mama, Mama! A girl holds his hand and stop him. Stop, Myung. I cream chuckle. It's eyes, my son. Son? You turn around and your eyes widen. Jin, Wyan, shock. Myung, let's go. We are getting late. You are about to leave, but Jin holds your hand. What is this all happening? Tell me. Did you get married again? Jimin? Appa? Jin kneels in front of Myung and his eyes widen, as Myung is very similar to his brother Jimin. Did you tell Jimin? It's not your concern. You hold Myung's hand and start dragging him. Jin sighed. His eyes never left your and Myung's figure. Sorry, Wyan, but I am going to tell this to Jimin for sure. I have done enough damage. Now let me improve it too. Smile. Jin's eyes widen as he sees you. A man stops in front of you and pulls you inside. The man inside the car pushes Myung, making him harshly touch the floor. Mayan, he ran towards you but man already left. Yomma, soap. Yomma, Jin picked him up. Stop crying. Don't worry, Myung, your mom will be saved. Time skips. Mom, I am leaving. I have a meeting, so Jimin stopped as his eyes land on his Hyung and a little boy. Who is this handsome little boy, Jin? Myung smiles and runs. Myung hugs Jimin by his legs and his words make everyone shocked. Appa, I miss you so much. Smile. He is your son, Jimin. Jimin kneels in front of him and his eyes glisten. He touches his son's cheek to feel and realize what he missed. Yoma always said that you are busy, but you come and meet me one day. I wait for you and always, and Yoma too. She knows that you will meet us one day. Jimin hugs his son. Jimin, Mayan is in danger. Jimin's eyes darken as he looks back at Jin. Jimin calls his man. Just 5 minutes, not even a single second. After 5, track her. His killer eyes make everyone gulp and leave. His eyes again soften as he looks back at Myung. Appa, please save my Umma. Jimin upright his posture and passes a smile to Myung, assuring him that he won't let those people hurt you. You will be safe in his arms as you have to answer. I will come with. No, just take care of him, Hyung. I will be back. He left. His grip on the steering wheel tightened as he remembered the text and recording you sent him every day, but he never read or heard. He remembered the day you said, I love you too, Jimin. Smile. I love you, Mayan. I still do. Meanwhile, you are tied up in a chair with chains. You are continually trying to get yourself free, but it was of no use. Who are you? Why you all bring me here, huh? You don't know who my husband is? Chuckle. Mrs. Park, what do you think? Why you are here? You are just the easiest and the simplest way that could make your husband beg and kneel. Your eyes widen. He won't show up. Sadly, we aren't together anymore. He is Jimin. You belong to him? Well, let's check. He brings out his phone and you are only thinking about Myung. You don't know where he is he safe or your thoughts get interrupted when you hear a familiar voice from the other side of the phone. Jimin is speaking. Your wife is with us. Chuckles. You are daring, but for what? Only to die? If you even lay a finger on her, you will be sent to hell by me. Chuckle. Oh please, Jimin, I take 1 year to carefully watch her and then at the correct time kidnap her. You think you will just ruin it? If you want to see your wife safe and sound, come here. Alone? Do you have the audacity to come here alone, Jimin? Just turn around. You look at the front and your eyes glisten seeing him. After almost 5 years, his eyes never left your eyes. You both were so lost in each other. Jimin brought out his gun and pointed at the man's forehead without even breaking the eye contact with you. Dislock her. The 1 second glance makes a shiver run down his spine and he brings out the keys and opens the lock. That man was in utter shock as he had never thought of every outcome. He never thinks that Jimin is right behind him even before he sent him the location. You get up and start walking closer to him. Your tears start streaming down your eyes. Jimin, cup your face and wipe your tears. Don't worry, I am here for you. He was about to lean when the gun load sound was heard. You both look around only to find his men circle you around and point the loaded guns at you. That man sits on the chair and click his tongue. Too bad, Even though I don't think of you being here this early, I kept the plan B with me. But how can a mafia like you just walk inside to save his girl? You shouldn't have disturbed me when I am about to kiss my wife. His glares radiates a killer vibe, which makes every man present there step back. He leans and gives you a forehead kiss. You close your eyes to feel his touch. After so long and multiple gunshots are heard, the man gets up from the chair at the side in front of him. Every man who points their gun at him is shot to death and now lifelessly lying on the floor. Jimin strode towards the man. Should I say thank you? Because of you, I met my wife again. Spare me. Well, I will thank you one day. When we meet in hell, he shoots right between his eyes, creating a hole. You gasp. Time escapes. You run inside the mansion where Myung is waiting for you. Amma, he runs to you and you both embrace each other. Are you okay, my love? No one hurt you, right? Thanks to Jin Samshun, he first aid me. You hug him again. Yamma, look Appa, he saved you like a hero. He asked his men to find out about you in 5 minutes. Giggle. You look at Jimin. Now we live with Appa, right? I don't want to go anywhere. Myung, yes, of course. Now we won't go anywhere. You stay with me. Your eyes widen. Jimin, walk closer and hold your wrist. Jimin, no. Come with me, Myung. Let's go, I will show you your room. Myung happily follows Jin. Jimin start dragging you outside and Jimin, leave me. You can't do this. He is my son. He pins you on the tree. He is my son. You push him. Where were you? How can you say that he is yours, huh? I kept on texting you. You didn't even read them. I sent you recordings to tell you that I have something important to say, to tell you that you are going to be a father. You kneel and start sobbing. You already left me once. Now please don't do this again. Don't take Myung from me. Jimin kneels in front of you and cups your face. I won't take Myung from you. Just stay here. Don't leave me again. You never know how much I suffer. I never read your text because I was scared. What if you asked me to free you? I tried to ask Jin Hyung if he wanted you and you also wanted him, so I backed away. But I can't able to ask. Soap, because I love you. You are mine. He touches his forehead with yours. Time escapes. Office room. Finally, I find you here. You met your son for the first time. Go and spend your time with him. Smile. Hyung, I want to live with her. I am dying from inside. Day by day since I left her, I am here to tell you that I am leaving. Sadly, I never want you to leave Hyung, but it's the best decision. I don't want you and Mayan to live uncomfortably. I am sorry for my past mistakes. Hyung, you still love her, right? Sigh. This love has to be faded. Sooner or later, Jin pats Jimin's shoulder. Live happily and keep her happy. She spent the best part of her life being the saddest person on the earth. Sadly, Jimin nodded and Jin left. Time escapes in room. You and Jimin are sitting on the bed while Jimin holding Myung on his lap. So what your Yamma told you about your Appa? Your name and your handsome features. Smile. And what are my handsome features according to your mom? Your eye smile. Appa smile. Jimin smile. And what's my name? Thinking Park G Park. Chuckle. Did you seriously teach him my full name and only Park? Frown. I am sorry, he is not good with the words. He call ice cream as eye cream. Chuckles. So let me teach you from now on. Later, you and Jimin are cuddling together while Myung falls asleep on Jimin's chest. Tomorrow his room will be ready. Mayan, I am sorry. I will pay for this. I will make up for the moments we didn't spend together. I miss you every day. Those 5 years, 4 years, 10 months and 8 days. You gasp. Jimin gives you forehead kiss. I love you. I love you too. I love you too. Sleepy voice. You too chuckle. Keep quiet, my husband Jimin. Now you are also Appa Jimin. Okay, my wife Mayan. You two giggle and sleep. The end. If you really like the FF, please like, share and comment. And if you want to be the part of this illegal chims family, then subscribe to my channel. Annyeong.